Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Hunter Ivy from Reptile Events, and I got some new stuff to tell you guys. Before I get into my next subject, let's get into some new things we're going to discuss. First off, the Repticon is coming in a week. I can't wait for the Repticon in Birmingham, so I got everything I needed. I got snake skins I'm going to bring for education. And no, they're not for sale. They're just put there as display only. So yeah, here's some other snake skins I got so far for my education. And spider skin too. These are all shed skins, so I'm using that for education. Just so you guys know. Also bringing this with me, bringing my Calypso hook. My new one. I'm going to use it with my snakes. And speaking of reptiles, I'm only bringing 3 of them so far. I'm bringing my blood python and my 2 bull snakes to the live show. The only reason I'm bringing those 3 because, yeah, according to this show, it's a non-venomous show. So, yeah, I'm going to bring my non-venomous snakes. I can't bring Sparkus, so he has to stay home. But whenever I go to a venomous show, I might bring him. It depends when I can or not. It all depends where the venomous show is. The only venomous show I know so far is in South Carolina. And that's far of a drive from where I live. But anyway, let's go on to other things to discuss. Now I should discuss some other things that have been going on, like for example, they're having, over in Florida, they're having a team of people that are actually trying to make sure they stop the illegal wildlife and everything. Yeah, there's actually an article where they're trying to have some team members searching, making sure there's no illegal wildlife trade going on and stuff. And I'm actually glad that there are people actually stopping it, because I never like wildlife trade, or like illegal wildlife trade at all, because illegal wildlife trade to me is just not a good thing at all. It's just really terrible. It's awful. I hate when people try to smuggle in an animal and just sell it. Yeah, it just really bothers me. Why would anybody do that? It's just terrible. It's also abusive as well, because you're basically just smuggling an animal and making sure you try to hide it. But you know you're going to get caught because the animal is very sensitive, and on top of that, you may get bitten. So why would you even try to smuggle it in to sell it? What, so you can get a lot of money? Well, that's definitely pretty selfish, I have to say. Very selfish indeed. Now, if I was actually importing animals, I would import them legally. Because, one, it's actually a good thing to import animals legally, not illegally. It's not a good thing in the slightest. It is a terrible thing. It's abusive, and it's also, it puts stress on the animal too. It does. It puts a lot of stress on the animal. But anyway, I don't sell any animals, just so you guys know. I just do this education. But whenever I breed animals, I might sell some. It depends when I get a chance to. Speaking of breeding, I'm still working on my 2 bull snakes breeding. That's still going on. I can't wait for them to breed. A male and a female are still in the same cage, but it's not even breeding season yet. So yeah, I can't wait for this event going on in Birmingham. There's going to be a lot of reptiles there, there's going to be a lot of people there, there's going to be a live show. There, and I'm actually pumped up for it. I'm pumped up for this live show event. I can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome. Really amazing to see all these, awesome kind of reptiles there, doing a live show appearance, and have my table book there and everything, get my snake skins ready and all kinds of stuff, education and stuff. So yeah, I can't wait for this event. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah. Now, other news today, I also stumbled upon a water bug at one of my workplaces. As you should know, I work 2 jobs. This and basically a grocery store. Even though I don't really get paid that much for reptile events, but I am working my goal to get this job, to get this as a full-time job. Yeah, I always want to get reptile events as my full-time job. But now it's just a hobby thing, but I love doing it. I love educating. I love bringing this to people. I always want people to be educated. It's an important thing because it lets people know what wildlife is like. It lets people know what animals are like and stuff. It lets people know how behaviors work and everything else. It's great working with them. And reptiles are so misunderstood. And I don't want people to misunderstand them at all because they're really amazing animals. They're beautiful. And also, most snakes won't bite unless you provoke them. Now, according to my last video, I did mention the fact that snakes won't bite unless you provoke them. It's true, but sometimes snakes do bite without warning. Yeah, it is true about that too. Yeah. But anyway, like I said before, most snakes will basically just bite when provoked only. So yeah. But anyway, it's time to mention the water bug thing. Yeah, I stumbled upon a water bug at work, and this water bug looked just like the one I saw at Brave Wilderness. If you don't know what Brave Wilderness is, I'll tell you what it is. Brave Wilderness is a show done by Cowdy Pearson. Cowdy Pearson is basically the guy who does Brave Wilderness. And Brave Wilderness is one of my favorite shows. I love Brave Wilderness. It's by far one of my favorite wildlife shows to watch. Now, Cowdy Pearson is a self-taught entomologist, just like me. Yeah, I am self-taught, by the way. I've been working with animals that are kind of dangerous, like rattlesnakes, cobras, and basically vipers as well. Yes, I've worked with cobras before, and let me tell you my experience. My experience with cobras has only been limited so far. So far, I worked with an Egyptian cobra, and I worked with some wrinkles, known as spitting cobras, and they live in South Africa. Yeah, I worked with some spitting cobras from my friends in Mississippi, and it was really fun to work with them and stuff. It was really fun to actually handle them, to hook them and everything. I love working with them and stuff. Yeah. Another experience I've actually encountered with reptiles is also like Western Diamondbacks. Yeah, I've worked with Western Diamondbacks. I love Western Diamondbacks. I've worked with them before. They're really unique and really unique rattlesnakes. So far from my experience, they're not that aggressive. It depends on how they behave. It depends on how you handle them and stuff. Now sometimes they can be aggressive because according to Reptiles species, they actually tend to be aggressive and stuff. Yeah, Reptiles do tend to be aggressive at times. However, it all depends on how you handle them and stuff. Yeah, sometimes they become aggressive if you don't handle them right. Yeah. That's right, that's how they become aggressive. And speaking of aggressiveness, my bull snake does become very aggressive and very bitey. I'm talking about my female one. She is very bitey indeed. She's biting me multiple times. And I've done a video on her before. If you want to see that video, you can go to my reptile events playlist or basically my channel to see what the video is like if you want to check it out. Yeah. Now back onto the water bug. Sorry, I went off track right there. I saw a water bug in my workplace. Yeah, it looked just like the one from the show in Brave Wilderness. You know, the toe biter. Yes, Cowdy Pearson calls it a toe biter, and it was really shocking to see one at my workplace. And I thought to myself, does this mean that Cowdy Pearson for Brave Wilderness is sending me a message? And speaking of him, he's already brought out his first episode of Brave Wilderness on Animal Planet. I watched it, and I have to admit, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode overall. Yeah, it was actually really good, I have to admit. Yeah. And seeing Cowdy Pearson appear on Animal Planet was pretty nice. If I ever get the appearance to be on Animal Planet, I'll be amazed. Because I like to be on Animal Planet. I mean, it depends if I ever get a chance to be on Animal Planet. And speaking of Animal Planet, I like the fact they're putting more educational shows on their program. That's a good thing. Because Animal Planet needs to do more educational programs on their stuff and do more educational shows on their program and stuff. They need to do that because so far Animal Planet has brought some shows that have nothing to do with animals. For example, this pool show they brought up and Treehouse Masters. Really, Animal Planet? Oh, and not to mention Finding Bigfoot. Really? Finding Bigfoot? What does that have to do with animals? Seriously, what does that have to do with animals? Yeah. And there's also Lost Tapes, which got canceled, by the way. Well, I watched it, and it was not too bad, to say the least. It wasn't bad. I'm guessing because Animal Planet was trying to bring some more audience in, but they're doing it in the most poorest way as possible if they're trying to bring up those shows. Yeah. Speaking of Animal Planet, they should not cancel some of their shows. Like, for example, Infested. Yeah, they should not cancel that show. That show was awesome. It was good. I love that show. But speaking of Animal Planet, I do like the fact they're bringing more educational shows and bringing more shows that have something to do with Animal Planet. That's a good thing. So, yeah. And it's good the fact they're bringing in more shows that have something to do with animals and wildlife is being more, exposed to the world and everything. Because that's what people need. Education of wildlife and also animals and stuff. And that's why I like to bring it in too. I love working with reptiles and I love educating people on reptiles and stuff because reptiles are misunderstood. And it's always been my passion to actually bring out. I've been working with reptiles since I was a kid. I love interacting with them. I remember when I was a kid, I used to catch lizards all the time. And I also sometimes come across some snakes. Of course, my parents will tell me to stay away from the snakes because they don't know if it's venomous or not. But back in the old days, people always call them poisonous. But the real term is actually venomous. That's the real term. But some of these days, people still use the word poisonous, despite the fact that's not the correct term for venomous snakes. It's actually venomous. Yeah, it's not poisonous. Although there is a few poisonous snakes, but still, the correct term is still venomous. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I love educating people. I love bringing out some things about reptiles and everything and stuff. And I always try to do my best I can to educate people and stuff. Yeah, I'm not the most, not the really most experienced reptile handler. I've handled a lot of reptiles in my days and everything. I am self-taught. However, I still need to get everything situated when it comes to becoming a very experienced reptile handler and stuff. Yeah, I'm still going through training. I'm still trying to do everything as I can when it comes to reptile and stuff. When it comes to reptiles and everything else. Yeah. Now, let's discuss what I first worked with before when it comes to reptiles. I first started working with snakes when I was actually in my 20s. My first snake I ever owned was a Western hognose snake. They're rare fang venomous, but they rarely bite. And from my experience, it was actually a really nice snake. It was one of my first snakes to actually have, and it was really amazing. But it was sad it passed away 3 years later. Yeah, it passed away after I was 23 years old. When I moved into my new condo and everything, so yeah. It passed away after that, so it was kind of sad that it passed away when I was 23. Yeah. But then after that, I got new snakes. I've also kept one for the longest, known as my bull snake Grace. I kept her for a very long time, since late 2013. I've also kept Spartacus for a very long time as well. I kept him since 2015. And I kept other snakes too. One time I rescued a green snake, and it was a rough green snake. I kept him for about 3 years, but he passed away. I rescued him from the wild because he was definitely, standing very still, and he was not moving as much. So I tried to do my best to keep him healthy and alive. And he actually was healthy. He was very active after a while and everything. And he was actually feeling very happy. He was feeling like he was supposed to be. But then after that, when already died because he got an infection in his tail. You know, I tried my best to keep him alive and everything, and tried to use the stuff that the vet gave me and everything, but it didn't seem to work as well as I thought it would be. Yeah, it passed away, so it's sad that the rough green snake passed away. And that was like a few years ago that happened. Yeah. Now reptiles aren't the only thing I've kept so far. I've kept spiders too. Yeah, I also have a tarantula in my collection. I did a video of my live birding tarantula one time. I don't know if I will bring her to my live show. I might just leave her here because she's not really used to being handled that often. She's not very used to it, and she's still new. So I'm trying to get her used to it. But the rest of my snakes, they're actually being used to being handled. Even though I have to only bring 3 to the show and stuff. Also, I love spiders. I do love spiders, by the way. During my teenage years, I used to catch black widows, and yes, they're not that hard to breed. I actually bred them before, and yeah, they actually breed pretty fast. I'll tell you that. A black widow can actually breed up to 3 egg sacs, because from my experience with black widows, I saw it lay 3 egg sacs, and it takes about a few months for them to hatch. Yeah, it depends on the temperature, and depends on how you got them in there and everything else. And I've kept black widows for years, and I know how black widows can be. They're not aggressive. They only bite if you scare them too much. And according to black widows, the female is the one you have to worry about. They're the ones that are venomous. And the males, on the other hand, they're not as venomous as the female is. And they don't bite as much. Yeah. Stuff. Also, I've been keeping snakes for a long time, and I love working with snakes. They've always been my thing working with. And probably in the later future, I'll have my own facility where I have venomous snakes and maybe some constrictors when I get all the permits situated and everything. Now, good thing I don't need permits for constrictors, because they're going to have constrictors in my state all the time I want to. And probably also crocodiles as well. Yes, crocodiles. I do like to have some crocodiles. Yes, I do love lizards too. I do love lizards, and maybe one of these days I might give me a lizard again. I used to have a lizard a long time ago. It was a green iguana. But it was way too hard to keep, so I gave it up to the vet. Yeah. Never getting a green iguana again, by the way, because they're way too hard to keep. They're definitely really picky when it comes to taking care of them and stuff. I'll probably get me some monitors whenever I want to and stuff. Because monitors, I heard, are much more easier to care for than a green iguana. Green iguanas are tougher than ever. Yeah. Stuff. Speaking of Reptile events, I should mention this. My Facebook page got over 530 likes. I'm really happy that I got that many likes. Yeah, I'm really happy that I got the likes and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I will be at the show, and I can't wait for this event. Another thing I should mention is I've always wanted to be a herpetologist. It's been my greatest thing to become. Yeah, even though I've experienced with a lot of reptiles in my days and stuff, I've experienced with a lot of them, and I'm not really a herpetologist. I still need to get every knowledge I can, even though I write down notes on every fact I'm trying to get as possible. I'm still learning, and I'm still trying to do everything as I can, try to have mentors teach me and all kinds of stuff. But as far as my experience go, I'm actually very decent when it comes to reptiles. Pretty decent at handling them. I always make sure I have safe protocols and make sure I have everything that I need. I got hooks. I got a trash bin that's actually 32 gallons. I got secured enclosures, as you can see right here. And also, I have protocols too. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just in case if I ever get bitten by one of my snakes, I have to call the emergency number in order to do it. But anyway, I love working with snakes. I love working with reptiles. And it's always been my dream to actually become a herpetologist. And that's, also become an educator too. And that's what I'm trying to do, become like an educator. And also be a really experienced reptile guy as well. I love doing research on reptiles, and I love getting experience with reptiles, and I love learning about them and everything. They've always been my passion. Now, I've been working on them for years and years, and when it comes to working with them, it's amazing. It's totally worth it. Stuff. Yeah, it's totally, really worth it. I just love working with wildlife, and I love working with animals when it comes to working with everything. I love reptiles, and people should love them too. They should. So, anyway, guys, I'm Hunter out of Reptile Events. There's my passion of reptiles and tell you what I think about them and everything. Like I said before, I love educating people, and I love bringing out people and stuff. And guys, I'll see you guys next time.